Hello everyone, it's Mega-san here. This is the channel where we talk about manga and anime, so let's get into the discussion about episode 47 of Dragon Ball Z Super. So first of all, I want to disclose that there was a lot of points that were a bit iffy with this. For example, Maya, in the regular timeline, in the timeline that we know, Maya got turned into a kid by the Dragon Balls, but it's very unlikely that she got turned into a kid in Dragon Balls in Trunks' timeline. So it's very weird that she's still the same age, as if that still happened. But would that have still happened anyway? Maybe that's a loophole that can be easily explained. But then the fact that Trunks believes that Black Goku is going to be in the same universe, because at first I thought this Trunks was going to be our universe's kid Trunks, grown up, go back to the past. But then it made it kind of clear this episode that this was actually future Trunks that was going back. And just leaves a lot of questions because it doesn't really make sense why he's with Maya. It doesn't really make sense why his character design has changed. No, whatever. There's just a lot of things that need to be explained, like, does Trunks know that this will happen no matter what timeline he's in? Because he wants to go back in time, and he seems very confident this is going to happen in an alternate timeline, even though he already messed that timeline, like, extremely up, that it's way different than before. So, obviously this is an event where he believes this will happen in no matter which timeline he visits, which they're going to need to give me a balls good explanation for why this happens. And maybe they will, and I think also they'll give any explanation at this point to try and make it make sense, because this has been an AF topic. I think the Dragon Ball 3D creators have been following the AF legends, and AF, if anyone doesn't remember, it was Dragon Ball AF, and it was kind of a rumored series that was going to come out, and there was a lot of fan fiction about it, and fan fiction just kept on growing. When it was actually Dragon Ball April's Fools, that's what it stood for, but people just didn't clue into it, and there was kind of a myth that there was an evil Goku, and he was fighting everyone, but it's like, so that's why I think that's why they're pushing on that idea. But like, who is Black Goku? At this point, he has one Power earring, which is very confusing. There's no really good explanation for that yet. We have to see, where did he get this Power earring? Was he fused with one of the guys in a different universe? Did he fuse with someone? Is he Goku? Is he Goten? Is he Terrell? Is he Bardock? Is he a fusion of one of those characters? Maybe a Universe 6 Bardock, Universe 6 Goten? But then the Universe 6 Saiyans were very lighthearted. Maybe it was a different universe altogether. They need to do some really good explanations to kind of tie in all this stuff. Or unless maybe it's not Goku at all, but they're calling it Evil Goku, so I assume that it has something to do with Goku or something to do with Goku's family. It's just, what is it? And yeah, I just think they need a lot of explanation in the next few episodes, because there's a lot of loopholes. It's a very tight line they need to explain, because I'm worried that they don't explain things right. They could leave a lot of loopholes. Like, for example, why didn't Trunks go to Namek and wish everyone back? And then, why is Evil Goku here? If Evil Goku was originally Goku, then we know that in the future Trunks timeline, Goku's dead, so that wouldn't have been possible. And does he think this would have been a threat enough that even though everyone was alive in the other timeline, he thought he should still come back? So obviously, in his timeline, everyone was already dead, so obviously he would have been alone, and that would have been bad for him anyway. So I really don't like the direction where it's the actual future Trunks that we love and know, because it just seems very risky and leaving a lot of loopholes. So it comes up to the next few episodes to kind of try to tie all this in, and I hope they do it right. I hope they're able to fill in all these leaks that could possibly be explained. Obviously, DBZ doesn't need to have the best story. It's never really had the best story, but it's still to have a good experience and a good story that's coherent and doesn't mess up with itself. So besides that, I really enjoyed the episode. It got me kind of hyped for the next parts, and just a lot of questions in this episode. Nothing really answered. We're still kind of in the loop, and we're going to hopefully find out what happens next episode. So I'm really excited about that. I hope everything gets cleared up, and we'll be able to have some solid confirmation about what the hell's going on. And hopefully this can all tie in with how the other universe is operating compared to the future Trunks universe that's operating, because I think that Trunks messed up that universe so much that there's no possible way the same outcomes would happen. But maybe through a good explanation, the same events will occur. So we'll have to see what happens. We'll have to see. And I'm also curious, is Beerus and Whiz dead in that universe? Because you think they would stop someone like this, potentially, or is it because Goku and Vegeta weren't alive, they just didn't care, and in that sense, Beerus and Whiz could have, because Trunks didn't know about Beerus and Whiz, he goes back in the time, but then the fact that Beerus and Whiz are allied with Goku in the present timeline, maybe that makes all the difference, because you think that Beerus and Whiz would do something if this apocalyptic event happened to Earth, because there's good food on it. So, a lot of discussions, a lot of questions. If you love DBZ, leave some comments and questions below. I'm a new channel, so please subscribe to me. It really makes me feel good and helps me out, and lets me know that I'm doing a good job. If you don't like what I had to say, please leave a comment below and give me some criticism so I can improve myself, or give me a dislike so you can let me know that I could do better next time. So thank you everyone for watching, and have a wonderful day.